What's up, guys? CJ Kid 1231 back again. Just coming back from doing laundry, but I just wanted to touch on the Gang Starr stuff. I didn't touch on it as early as I did the last joint that they did, but yeah, man. As far as was the bad news, to me, being that it was one verse, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like, really, that's it. The beat was good, and of course Primo's rapping is always great, but just to me, like, it didn't sound like a complete Gang Starr song. It kind of sounded like, if you guys ever heard of Hard to Earn, and Nutcracker's like his little interlude that he has, words from Nutcracker, it basically sounded like that, with just one verse over a dope beat and a hook in the beginning and a hook at the end. It was like, it made me think like maybe they don't have that many groove acapellas available to use. But remember, then again, oh, by the way, if you see dots or anything, raindrops, it's not an effect. It's actually raining out here. But I do remember Premier saying that he was trying to get some of his $7,000 stuff and try to do, like, put his production over that stuff. So, we'll see. But yeah, just one verse for like a song like that, it made me feel like they didn't have a lot to work with. Hopefully, I doubt the album's gonna be filled with that. But yeah, man, bad news. I guess it wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing to me either. And now let's talk about the track listing that they put out. Now, if you guys have followed me and you've listened to my only three Gang Starr related videos, you already know, I told you, everything that's on that album I pretty much predicted just because my favorite groups, and I kind of knew it was like ever since Moment of Truth, they kind of followed that kind of formula as far as like features. Like ever since Moment of Truth, every project had an MOP feature on it. They always had a militia on it. And I said, being that this might be the last Gang Starr album, if you remember, I said I thought it'd be pretty cool if we could get like a Gang Starr foundation beginning with some of the members coming back. And when you look at the track listing, all that shit came true. The last track is a Militia Part 4 with, of course, Big Sugar and Freddie Fox. They were on Part 1 and Part 3. I also said that Royce the 5'9" was going to be on here too, just because based off the fact that him and Premier did two extremely critically acclaimed albums in Prime and Prime 2. So I already knew he was going to come in. What I didn't know was, I thought they were going to do a Gang Starr Foundation reunion. I thought J. Room's Group Home was going to be on the same tracks and kind of do like I'm the Man / what the hell is that song from Hard to Earn? Fuck, where it's kind of done in the same way. I thought they were going to do a sequel to that and do the Part 3 on this album, which, by the way, is called One of the Best Yet. But, J. Roo got a track with Screw and his Group Home and Voice on another track. And of course, J. Cole being as I told you guys before, he's basically the Inspector Deck and Jadakiss placement on this album. The new young hot guy that everybody wants a feature verse from. He's killing it, His Dreamville squad is killing it right now. That Earth Gang album, I already talked about that, so you already know how I feel about that. That's amazing. So yeah, he definitely plays the roles of those two. And his features way early in the album, like Inspector Deck and Jadakiss were on those respective Gang Starr albums. So yeah, man. One thing I am shocked about is that Nas is not on this album. After that little promo, unless the I Chill is on the album somewhere. I think that's another thing too. There's a bit of skits on this album. I think more than 1 or 2, 3 interlude skits, which is another reason why it led me to believe that Primo didn't really have that much authorized guru lyrics to work with. There's a couple of skits on here as from the track. I gotta go back and look at it, but from what I remember, I think there's like a couple of them on here. But yeah, man. One surprising feature that's on here is Q-Tip. I did not think in a million years that I would see Q-Tip on here. Not to say that it wasn't possible. If anybody remembers, and when Arsenio Hall had his like a going away party because the show was about to end, the original run, not the one that he had when he came back a couple of years ago, but his original run. I think it was in 1994. You know, Tribe and Gang Starr were there, or at least Fife, Q-Tip, and Guru, and they performed on the same stage, rapped on the same stage. So that wasn't ever out of the realm of possibility. But with how low key Tip has been since Fife's death, I mean, I think Tip's worked with Demi Lovato, and he's done certain things, like he did an Anderson .Paak thing for his album. But just to see him on a Gang Starr album, it just makes me wish that Fife was here to kind of enjoy that and share that, to have an actual Tribe Called Quest Gang Starr collaboration. To have Ali, Tip, and Primo all co-produce and work on one beat, but life isn't like that. So, who else is on this album? Talib Kweli. Talib Kweli is lucky, man. I mean, he even put it on his Instagram post, the fact that he is on both the last albums of Tribe Called Quest and Gang Starr. That's an achievement. Hold on, look at that. It's beautiful. I always looked at this, and it always reminded me of either Crystal Lake or the Deadpool from Mortal Kombat 2. It's a weird side note, but yeah, as far as Talib Kweli, man, it's beyond the last Tribe and last Gang Starr album. That shit is an achievement in itself. Like, and he got his thing with his podcast now that he's doing, which much love to him. Oh yeah, I don't know if I did state it too, but MOP, that's like the first track after the intro. You gotta have an MOP track on here. I knew there was gonna be an MOP feature. You can't do a Gang Starr. Ever since Moment of Truth, at least, you can't do a Gang Starr album without an MOP feature. That is a no-no. I was not shocked about that. And I guess Neo and Ty Scott are basically gonna be the Casey and JoJo / Boy Big of this album. Casey and JoJo had what the fuck is that song? Royalty, Moment of Truth. And then you had Boy Big. I forgot what track, what it was called on The Owners. But there's an R&B track on The Owners. I just forget the name of it. But it looks like Neo and Ty Scott. I believe it's Ty Scott, unless it's Nitty Scott. I don't remember that name in particular, but you would think I'd be shocked that Neo, of all people, is on a fucking Gang Starr album, but I'm not. The Gang Starr usually gets the R&B guys when they're a little bit more into their career. Now, if a Gang Starr album would have came out in 2006 and they got Neo when he was like being compared to Chris Brown and they were like on the same level and they were extremely hot, then I would have been like, wow, they got fucking Neo. But now, I don't even remember the last time I even heard Neo on a record. And then again, I don't listen to I listen to R&B, but I'm not checking for it as fast or as quickly as a hip-hop record. So, give me a second. Okay. Alright, so, November 1st, the release date. November 1st is the release date of one of the best yet, the last album. It's one of the greatest hip-hop duos to ever touch a vinyl and a microphone. Man, I wonder how it's going to sound. A lot of people were disappointed with The Owners. To me, I don't understand why. To me, The Owners gets the same hate and misunderstanding that the Love Movement did for Tribe. When those two albums came out, people were kind of thinking they were both done, both groups respectively. I never understood that. You know what I mean? Like, I like The Owners. I don't like it better than Moment of Truth, but I like The Owners. I play it from time to time, but hopefully with this one, that would dispel any criticisms that, after Moment of Truth, Gang Starr's pretty much done or something like that. And hopefully this turns out like We Got It From Here, Thank You For Your Service did, and ends up turning into a classic. Because people nowadays, general consensus is that last Tribe album is a classic. So, anyways, guys, so I just wanted to make this video real quick while I had time and touch up on that, since I knew I was supposed to do it a while back. but I didn't because it's, I always say life issues, and I know it sounds like just one big excuse to cover anything that I didn't get to do and use that as a reason as to why I didn't do it, but it's true sometimes, guys, Life attacks you at certain points, but you're never going to know when, where, what, and why it's happening, but it does. Hopefully, I get some more hip-hop album reviews. I listened to Razzcass's Solo Nights too, and I'm going to listen to JPEG Mafia's album. Hopefully get those reviews out. I was supposed to do Post Malone's Hollywood is Dying, but as I was listening to it, I was like, I'm going to still do it, but I had to stop halfway just because it was like, this shit, it doesn't even sound like Trippie Redd style hip-hop or anything like that. Like, it just sounded like so completely different. Like, I didn't get hip-hop when I heard that album, so I had to stop and go back to it another time. Because stuff like that, when I hear that, that makes me not want to do reviews anymore, especially if I feel like that's what I'm going to end up running into. So, but anyways, guys, time's about to run out. So, yeah, man, Gang Starr for life. And I'm signing off, CJK123, 1. You know what I'm saying? Be safe. Like, comment, subscribe only if you think that my material right now is worthy of your time. I don't want anybody to I don't want to ever tell anybody to subscribe to something they don't think is worthy of the subscription. And if you do subscribe, go and hit that subscription bell in the bottom, and you'll get notified of any videos that I do in the future. And with that said, guys, I need to go because it's raining right now. So, anyways, tell me what you guys think about this whole Gang Starr thing. What do you think about the upcoming album? Let's have a discussion. Alright?